Gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga has been serving the opposition for now almost 2 decades now. Raila Amolo Odinga has been serving there because of the kind of uniqueness that he always shows or portrays in the Kenyan politics. He has only tried his best to survive all through, but Kenyans are used to Raila Amolo Odinga now being in opposition. Why am I talking about this kind of being in opposition? Now, recently there were protests in the country, and the Gen Zs and millennials were against William Ruto's governance. So they went to the streets and protested against the Finance Bill 2024, which was one of the things that was introduced by William Ruto's government. Now, later on, the Gen Zs and millennials gave a condition that William Ruto to dissolve the cabinet entirely. William Ruto, of course, did so, and all his cabinet secretaries except one went home. Later on, William Ruto was expected to reappoint cabinet secretaries. Gen Zs and millennials did not leave it there. They gave the conditions that William Ruto was supposed to abide by when he's going to reappoint the cabinet secretaries. Now, during the reappointment is when Kenyans now started thinking of Raila Amolo Odinga as one of the chief opposition in this African continent. Now, during this time, Raila Amolo Odinga did the opposite of the expectations of Kenyans. Now, as the Gen Zs and millennials were opposing William Ruto, they expected Raila Amolo Odinga to be in unison with them, join them and go against William Ruto's government. But now during the appointment, Raila surprised everybody because now Raila's top men, not just the ODM people, not just friends, but the ODM leadership actually were nominated to join government as cabinet secretaries. And as we speak today, all these gentlemen, the 4 of them, are already cabinet secretaries serving their respective dockets. Now, this kind of a decision that Raila made, actually, it didn't augur well with most of the Kenyans. Kenyans were complaining all over, some of them saying that Raila Amolo Odinga has betrayed them. Now, going to the Azimio faction, Azimio came out clearly and said that Raila Amolo Odinga as one of the leaders has also betrayed them. So this affected the entire mood of the country because people are feeling that Raila Amolo Odinga, once again, he has appeared to be selfish and is now betraying Kenyans for his selfish gains and his friends. Now, lately now, the ODM guys came out, the top 4 who were appointed to serve as cabinet secretaries have been coming out with certain utterances trying to defend themselves on their decision to join government. Not just the ODM people, but now Raila Odinga himself, he has also made some utterances that I'm going to look at here on this video on why they made these utterances and why are they defending themselves using those similar utterances. Now, but before I look at that topic, and if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. I've watched that most of you don't really subscribe after watching our videos. Please kindly make sure you subscribe because I think it will take the shortest time possible, at least 1 minute or even less. Now, let me dive into the topic today. Raila Amolo Odinga visited the toy market in Kibra, which burnt down actually, and most of the people there, particularly the business people working who are doing their business in that market, who lost properties, and Raila Amolo Odinga went with his donation there. Actually, and during that time is when he made some utterances that caught my attention. He gave a very short speech to the crowd there because, Kibra is not just any other place. It is the basement of Raila Amolo Odinga. This is where his politics started. Now, what did Raila say? During this time, Raila told the crowd that William Ruto went for him asking for help in regards to the performance of the government. So William Ruto went to Raila Amolo Odinga, asked him to give him some of his men who are going to help him revive the government. Ensure at least what is happening, the complaints all over in the country have been solved by his men. So Raila Amolo Odinga also listened to William Ruto and he gave him the 4 men ODM guys. That is the top leadership of the ODM people. Now, these men include Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, Ali Hassan Joho, Opiyo Wandayi, and of course John Mbadi, who is serving currently as the treasurer in the treasury docket as a cabinet secretary. Now, when Raila did this, of course, now following the utterances from the Azimio people and some Kenyans saying that Raila has betrayed them, Raila Amolo Odinga now did not waste the chance by trying to defend himself to the people. He said that William Ruto went for him. So therefore, that means Raila did not need William Ruto. It is William Ruto who wanted Raila Amolo Odinga. Because William Ruto's government was sinking, so Raila Amolo Odinga came to rescue. That's the first thing he said. The second thing now that also caught my attention, it is the fact that William Ruto now has failed in government and he felt like the only person who could assist him, it is Raila Amolo Odinga. That also caught my attention because to my side, I feel that William Ruto lowered himself to an extent that I didn't feel that it was necessary for him to go for Raila Amolo Odinga, yet there were professionals who could come in and rescue the country. But now going for Raila Amolo Odinga's men, it was not meant particularly for my side as a performing faction that he wanted on board, but just a political strategy to ensure that he has calmed down the country as far as the protests are concerned. Still, the criticism have been going on. People asking why Raila Amolo Odinga decided to join government with these people. Now, as if Raila's sentiments were not enough, the people who are appointed to cabinet have been coming out with various utterances. Before I give the person who actually, the first cabinet secretary who spoke about this, let me take you to Mombasa slightly. There was a meeting there in Mombasa between Raila Amolo Odinga and Abdul Sharif Nasir, that's the governor of Mombasa County. Then they had the meeting. After the meeting, actually, Simba Arati, the governor of Kisii County, was present. So when he came out from the meeting, Simba Arati had a chance, of course, and Ahmed Sharif Nasir to speak to the media people. And I want to talk about what Simba Arati said. Simba Arati said that serikali ilishindwa kazi. William Ruto's men were not able to perform. So therefore, they came for some of them to help them. Simple as that. But they will keep doing their position as usual. So William Ruto, Simba Arati, actually, Simba Arati was the first person to speak about this. So Raila came second when he spoke in Kibra. So which means Raila Amolo Odinga was confirming what Simba Arati was saying, that William Ruto sought help from the ODM people. So this indicates very well still that William Ruto's men could not perform. The Raila Amolo Odinga's men are the people who could have performed. So they are trying to defend themselves that William Ruto went begging. Actually, Raila Amolo Odinga used the words on being on the knees, asking him to give his men to go and help him in the performance of the country. Now, lately, there's someone who also surprised me. That is Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, in one of his speeches publicly, he came out and said that they sought help from them. They saw Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya's track record in Kakamega. He worked very well, performed well, and Kakamega was rated as among the most performing counties in this country. So therefore, the government felt like he's one of the people who should work for the government, and actually they went for him. So Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya came out to speak and say that if they called for us to give help, they must give us an ear on what we have to change this country. And if they don't, they're going to quit. That is what I took from there. If they don't listen to them, they will withdraw from William Ruto's government. Therefore, I developed this question on this show. Are these gentlemen, the four ODM gentlemen, going to sustain the one-man show of William Ruto's government? Why am I using the term one-man show, the statement one-man show? William Ruto, in now the entire cabinet, William Ruto has been giving directives on every docket on how it's going to operate. That is the result as, actually that resulted to some of the cabinet secretaries not even understanding what's going on in their cabinet, in their respective dockets. Now, if you look at Ezekiel Machogo of Kisii County, who was working in the education sector, he came out one time and said that schools are going to reopen. This gentleman, later on, we were surprised as a country to realize that William Ruto came in the afternoon at 2 and said that schools are not going to be open. These are people who had a meeting in the morning at State House, but they were speaking different languages. Now, from there, you could tell that William Ruto is the one who was controlling every docket. Also, if you check most of the dockets in this country, they are being manned by William Ruto's right-hand men. That means that whatever is going on there, it's a consultation between William Ruto and his men. So therefore, we ask ourselves, are these ODM guys able to go and withstand William Ruto's directives within the within the various ministries? Because once these people are brought in as experts, if they don't give their expertise in these dockets, then William Ruto is going to find himself in the same situation he was during the protests. So therefore, is he going to give room for these guys to perform? Now, if he doesn't, what will happen? Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya has already indicated that if they don't listen to what they are giving as the ODM guys, then therefore they have to quit government and will leave William Ruto with this problem. Now, I want to pose this question to my viewers today here. Do you think these gentlemen are going to finish the 3-year term period that is remaining for William Ruto to be in office before the general election in 2027? Because I'm asking this question here. These ODM guys have been opposing William Ruto at the top of their voices. Particularly John Mbadi has been criticizing some of the policies that were being brought on board by Kenya Kwanza government. Now he has been given the chance to correct all these policies that he was given. Will he be given the chance to correct these policies? That is the question I'm posing to my viewers today, and that is my video there and there. Kindly, if this is the first time once again you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. My name is Isabel Mukwa.